Walk Ride Rodeo is a really interesting and rather emotional film. This was released in 2019. It's directed by Conor. Allyn. It's written by Sean Dwyer and Greg Cope White, and we have a cast including Spencer Locke, Missi Pyle, Bailey Chase. This is based on a true story, and that makes it all the more emotional. I will say I don't know how accurate it is to the true story or how accurate the portrayal of Amberley Snyder is, but certainly I haven't read anything that suggests it's not very well done. So if anybody has any thoughts on that, please feel free to share. And this is about a girl called Amberley who was in a vehicle accident and was paralysed from the waist down. And needless to say, that's going to affect her ability to horse ride. And she has this beautiful, beautiful horse. The horses in this are absolutely gorgeous, and she is a rodeo barrel racer, which I had never heard of. So I got a bit of an education there. And obviously, if that's something you're passionate about, and then you become paralyzed from the waist down, that's basically going to be life destroying. And that in itself is really emotional. But the film is actually about how she learned to overcome the obstacles that this puts in her place and not let it get in her way of being a rodeo barrel racer. And that sounds to me impossible. And as the film shows, hard work and determination can really pay off. And I don't want to say too much about the film itself. I don't want to say too much about what this journey entails or the emotional battle, but it's an intense film. But there are a lot of beautiful, uplifting moments as well. So there are some really challenging scenes where the emotions are right on the surface and it's so easy to feel the emotions of the characters. But there are moments where we have so much hope, and it is such an uplifting story. It's such an inspirational story. And I have to say, it's absolutely incredible. If it had not been based on a true story, I would have been watching this thinking, is this possible? Is this realistic? Is it believable? And then learning that it's a true story just makes it so incredible. It's not the easiest watch, but as I said, there are times when it's a little lighter, and it's a very moving film. And even if it wasn't based on truth, it would still be a very powerful film. But it gave me a lot of education. I learned a lot. It made me think about a lot. It made me feel many different emotions. And in that regard, it's a very powerful film. The story is very well told, at least from my perspective. Again, I don't know how accurate it is, but in terms of the pacing, the narrative development, all of that was very well executed. The characters seem well written, and Amberley is a very likable protagonist. Again, don't know how accurate the portrayal is, but certainly the character in the film was really likable, absolutely wanted the best for her. And as I said, it was very easy to feel the emotions that she was feeling, and to feel like you're on this journey as the film progresses. Visually, quite an impressive film, really beautiful to look at. I have no complaints about this. I thought Walk Ride Rodeo was a very strong film. In some parts, not the easiest watch, and in others, a beautiful, uplifting experience. And I'll say no more. I don't want to give away too much about the actual journey that Amberley goes on, but I will say it's worth watching. It's a lovely film, an incredible story. Again, if anybody has any information on how accurate this is, or if they've taken any creative liberties for the sake of the narrative flow or anything, then please feel free to let me know. But judging it purely on the story presented in the film, it's quite powerful. It's an emotional experience. The technical aspects are well done. The performances are very good. Walk Ride Rodeo, all things considered, is a pretty impressive film, and it's one that I'm very happy to recommend.